I mentioned a little bit earlier, and we're going to start this evening's formal recognition with the presentation of the Alan Rice Leadership Award. And all of you know that that recognition is going to Wayne Baughman. When I was a kid, as I mentioned a little bit ago, I used to go to the Mayor Daley Youth Foundation, and back at that time, the Mayor Daley Youth Foundation had a really good team. Won a whole bunch of national titles, had great wrestlers. There was a high school coach from my area, his name was Willie Williams. I don't know if anybody remembers. Willie was a multiple-time national champion and just a great guy. And there were many people that Willie respected, but there was one that he constantly spoke of in his reverence for, and that was Wayne Baughman. Everybody knew that Wayne was not only a great wrestler, but he was a great man, a great person, an individual of integrity. And of course, I look at Leroy Smith over here, and he says, of course, he's from Oklahoma. But let me just share with you a little bit about Wayne's history in our sport. In 25 national championships, he won 16 national titles, second 7 times, and third twice. He is the only person to win world medals in all 4, or national titles in all 4 recognized wrestling styles. Collegiate, freestyle, Greco-Roman, and Sambo. Nobody's ever done that. No one in history. He was on 3 Olympic teams, 64, 68, and 72. 8 world teams, including, think of this is unfathomable to me today, being on the freestyle and Greco-Roman team at the same time in 1965. Who could do that? National champion at the University of Oklahoma. 25 national tournaments, placing in all of them, and only third twice. That's off the hook. But that didn't stop there. He decided to become an endurance athlete. Leadville 100, the run, right? Doing it on the bike's terrible. He did the run. The Ironman, the Hawaiian Ironman. The Pikes Peak Marathon 5 times. I love this about individuals who are tougher than anybody else. Because every time I think about those who are tough, or people who talk about being tough, think about Wayne Baughman. So you think you're tough? You think you're tough? Wayne Baughman is tough. But I think he represents what we want our tough people to be about. Walk with humility and character, and most importantly, they lead by example. Alan, let me ask you to come up here and present your namesake award to Mr. Wayne Baughman.
When I was told that I'd be allowed to present this trophy to Wayne, they said, that's all you have to do, Alan, just give him the trophy. And I said, no, I got to talk. And I'll say very briefly, when I had the privilege of being coach of teams in which Wayne was competing a couple of times, and one time was the 1972 Olympic Games, and I was required then, I don't know if it still is, but to make a vetting of the athletes who were on the team. The Olympic Committee didn't want to have any problem people there, and it wasn't just wrestlers. And so I never told him this really. I made inquiry in some places, and I found the person who was the commanding officer of Wayne in the Air Force, and so I kind of asked the question. And his commanding officer said to me, Wayne Baughman, he's the best man I know. And I'm really honored to be able to give the trophy tonight for leadership to the best man I know, truly a leader and truly a great man.
I used to try to tell people that I had a high pain tolerance, but my wife explained to them I had a high stupid factor. So, First of all, Mr. Klingman told me we had 40 minutes, so I've got to talk fast. It is definitely an honor and privilege to be here. I love being in Minnesota. This is the capital of Greco-Roman wrestling in the USA. I've recognized that for a long time. 2 training camps, one for the 67 Pan American Games, one for the 72 Olympics for the University of Minnesota. 1980 World Championship training camp was here in Augsburg. And great training camps. Chris Taylor, it was his first experience wrestling here at the Augsburg, and we had to work hard on his confidence, but he came along pretty fast. Again, I appreciate this Alan Rice Leadership Award. I like the fact that it's named after him. I don't really deserve it. We had a lot of great leaders on our 72 team, including the Hayes-Winkle brothers. In fact, I voted for them as a co-captains, and I guess the U.S. Olympic Committee said, well, we can't have co-captains, so I wound up being stuck with the captain's job. We had a guy on the team by the name of Buck Dietrich who wasn't a real good person. He wouldn't come to workouts. So poor Alan Rice and Jay Robinson had to work out with. I mean, that's quite a bit bigger than they were. Of course, Chris Taylor was a heavyweight, and he was too big for anybody to work out with. But at any rate, you know, we would be working out and pushing hard. He kept me from killing Buck. He made Jay Robinson room with me because he thought I could control Jay, and I said, don't put him with the Hayes-Winkles because they can control Jay. But at any rate, we did have a lot of good leaders. We've got a lot of my heroes here. I was one of the few heroes I've got left that's older than I am. Everybody else, I think, is pretty much younger here. But Alan was a great leader, number one. He was our real leader and our coach. He's been a great contributor to wrestling, not only financially, but also giving him his time and effort, energies, and things like that. So he's done, you know, a super job for us in every respect. Again, Alan kept me from killing Buck, and I wish I had, really. You know, I was afraid he was going to make me work out with the Hayes-Winkles. And, you know, they're really sweet guys till they get on the mat and they turn into little Tasmanian devils. I told their mother, I said, they picked on me all the time. And, but at any rate, they're 2 of my favorite people, and then Sam came along, so he was automatically my favorite person, because I like him better than those 2. They didn't, Sam hasn't picked on me yet. And, but at any rate, you know, the greatest thing about wrestling is the people involved in wrestling. That's just flat the way it is. I mean, we're a family, fraternity, a brotherhood, sometimes a mafia. But, you know, I think, and again, John pointed, I think wrestlers can do anything that's humanly possible to do, unless it involves a lot of great technique or skills or something. But if it's nothing but endurance, toughness, things like that, you know, whether it's running a 100-mile run or whatever it is, you know, most of the wrestlers I know would finish it with me, except for Jay Robinson. He's got kind of bad knees. But at any rate, you know, it's been a great experience. Alan actually created a leadership award for me because I wasn't good enough to get one of the main awards. And I very much appreciate that. When I started crying because I didn't qualify for the main award, he created this for me. But, you know, I do appreciate all of you. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Most of you, you know, in the audience are my heroes, or many of the ones in my audience here are my heroes, including Dennis. I got time for one last quick story. Mike brought this story up, and I can't resist telling it. We're in San Diego. Anyway, we were running at the beach, and we all go out to run, and pretty soon Mike and I left everybody else behind. And we're doing pretty good, but I always run with my head down. I'm not paying much attention. And I look up, and there's 3 naked bodies coming. A woman, and 2 women, and a man. And I mean, I look around at Mike, and Mike had seen me. He'd already turned around and left. And I thought, oh, he deserted me in this den of iniquity out here. And just as I get up, this one big gal kind of throws her chest out. I said, if I had a body like that, I'd keep it covered up. And they turned around and started chasing me, and I'm running down the beach. And I thought, well, I got to go back that way. There's no other way to go. And Mike's deserted me. So, but fortunately, when I went back, they weren't there. So I don't know what happened. But at any rate, you know, wrestling is nothing but he who dies with the most experiences and the most friends wins. And wrestling gives you a lot of opportunity, I think, for both experiences and friends. So thank you very much.
Wayne, thank you. And what a career. I don't know that it will be possible for anybody to ever come close to replicating your performances and the longevity and the excellence. I can't even fathom it, frankly. And really appreciate what you meant to the sport in so many ways.